Hello again and welcome to Karate 360. I'm one of the hosts, Kalan Anglos.
I'm Richard Mosdell.
And this is Karate 360, where we bring you everything in the karate world. We got lots to talk about on this latest episode, a Mother's Day special episode. And here we go with Karate 360.
Karate 360, let's start the show. You will kick high and I will sweep low. From local to global, it's the thing that we love. Karate.
Sanrokumaru. It's hat day, hat night.
It's hat night and gray top.
Oh, that's true.
And glasses.
Yeah, wow. We didn't plan
We
this.
did not plan this at all.
For anybody who's not watching us live right now on Facebook, first of all, why aren't you watching us live on Facebook Live? I guess we did screw the schedule up a little bit this week.
We're busy.
Things
happen.
Things happen. And we get some pain sometimes that we have to kind of pass things off a little bit.
That's right, as long as we get it done.
That's right. So here we are on a special Mother's Day Sunday to give you our latest Karate 360 episode.
That's right. Did you do anything special today?
I did not. I phoned my mom and I said Happy Mother's Day, but that's about it.
My mom sold her place. She's packing like mad, so I texted her a message that we would go for lunch after she moves.
That's probably a good call.
Yes.
Moving is crazy. Nobody likes to move.
In this case, she's going to move to a nicer place, I think. So
that's even better. Yeah.
And to all the karate moms out there, as we know, we've got karate moms in our club.
Absolutely. Karate moms all over the place. Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day to them.
Absolutely.
I hope you got out there and did the kata with your kids.
Did the kata, yes, the Canada Open kata.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Man, it's fun doing that kata.
Yeah. The video's available now, right?
Video's up.
Yeah.
Other clubs are learning it. And the coolest thing is it's got 6 different karate styles mixed into it.
Yes.
So white belt kids are doing it going, this is so much cooler than the first 5 katas I ever have to learn.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted this kata. Can I do it in the Canada Open?
No. Yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah. Back to the Mother's Day thing, though, I just wanted to touch on real quick. I noticed that especially when we went to Quebec this year in Nationals, but just how different sometimes karate parents in general, but karate moms especially are, how different they are from parents or moms in other sports.
How so?
Well, I think they're a lot more in karate hands-on. Like I noticed in the sports that I played, and I kind of grew up with a lot of moms, they supported their kids, but they mostly just dropped them off and maybe just talked with the people. Droppers, that we call them. Those droppers, eh? Jeez. They'll usually just drop them off, go talk to the other parents and not even really do much. But I think karate moms and, like I said, karate parents in general just tend to want to have more of a hands-on kind of approach to bringing their kid to karate and kind of helping them through it type of thing. I think it's a lot different. And again, especially at Nationals, I noticed the moms were all making sure the coaches, talking with the coaches, making sure that they knew where their kid was, blah, 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 and everything like that. I think it's really cool to see.
I think that's really common with high-performance athletes.
Yes.
So you're talking Nationals, you're talking high-performance athletes, parents that flew thousands of kilometers to go there.
That's true.
So when you talk, any high-performance athlete that has done well had a really good home support network.
Yeah, that's true. And I guess especially with karate too, now that's letting kids at 12, 13-year-olds go to nationals. So, elite at quite young, at a quite young age.
They have to go with the parent when they're 12, 13.
Totally, yeah. So it does kind of make sense that they're going to be helping out as far. And I guess thinking about it now, back when I was younger, that age, I wasn't really doing elite sports in karate because you didn't really do that to about 15 years old anyway. So
it's only recently that 14-year-olds have gone to nationals all over the place.
And
then they've down to 12, 13. But I think that's common. But to see parents who are very activated when they're watching or looking after their high performance kids. But it's also cool to see them wear all the T-shirts. And, like
really support. Show up with signs or whatever.
Oh, and now the T-shirt sellers actually have T-shirts like "I'm a karate mom," I'm a karate dad.
Totally. Yeah, and they do quite well at the provincials and at the national championships in their little booths there.
No, totally. Yep. And then how many parents, both dads and moms, their kids start, so then they're sitting here going, "Well, I just should do it." Parents start. Kids quit, parents continue.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
That happens, I think, quite often, actually.
Absolutely. Parents really dive into it.
Yeah, for sure. It's, a little bit different. They see what's going on. They want to be spending time with their kid anyway. And like you said, it's like, well, why don't I just jump in there as well?
Yeah, exactly. So I think, like for example, in Arakawa Sensei's club, he's got like 7 or 8, maybe 6 or 7 part-time instructors, but they're all parents whose kids started, so the parents started.
Yeah.
The kid grew up. Some of the kids are in it. Some kids are out of it. The parents have continued, so now they own like a class a week.
For sure.
And that's their class.
Kind of on that note too, like when we were doing the fitness testing and that kind of stuff, we rely on the parents to volunteer to help run all the stations. You know, I can't do it all on our own, and we can't do it just the two of us. But so we have to get those volunteers from the parents. And when we put the call out, so many moms, especially actually, but parents in general.
That's awesome.
Yeah, decided that they would help. We had almost too much help, right? And in other sports, you don't often see that. Like I remember when I used to play baseball when I was younger, we had trouble finding volunteer coaches that would just show up once a week.
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
So absolutely. I think it's a little different in karate and, like I said, elite sports as well. So.
Well, the good thing we don't have is we don't have the yelling at the referees like they do in other sports.
That's very true. Yeah.
You know, the Olympic option, I think there's going to be more intensity about trying to make it to the Olympics. So that might come through. You know, that the parents may get more intense about that sort of stuff.
For sure.
But yeah, we don't have that problem. So thanks, karate moms, for not screaming at us from the sidelines too hard.
That's right. Yeah, most of the time. Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah. So yeah, that's just something that I want to throw out there for
Great.
Mother's Day. How's your week been? How's the Canada Open stuff going?
Canada Open stuff is great. Like every day, it's climbing like 50, 60, 70 registrations.
And their registration comes up this week, right?
Yeah, Friday, May the 19th.
So this Friday.
That's right. It's only a couple days left. But this is the last couple tournaments. Was like the last 48 hours when the big crunch happened. Most people registered. The nice thing about this one is, hello, karate instructors. You do not personally have to register your club.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah, look, you know, this is really cool. I was talking to somebody today, and they said, normally it takes me a couple hours to put my 50-member team together. I said, it won't take you any time now, because just tell them what division they have to be in, send them home with their parents. They can click on your karate club, register as an individual, click the divisions they want to be in, pay online, parent does the waiver online, and the instructor just shows up, and there's their team.
It's too easy.
Like right now on our desk over there, we have our team of 20 people. They've written all their names on.
Yeah.
I'll put all their divisions in, and then I'm going to email them all back and go, great, register for these.
Yeah, go do it.
Go do now go do it and pay, and then you don't have to give me any of your money.
Yeah, and it's super simple. The web registration that you go through, it just walks you through it. Like it's super, super simple.
And the waiver is great because the waiver goes back out to the parents and they fill it out online and it's done.
Too easy.
And some people think, well, you know, really it should be signed with a signature. But first, most big events now do waivers online.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Right?
Yes.
Vancouver Sun Run, a lot of the marathons, like a lot of these really big organized events. Second, in the karate world, like other amateur sports worlds, they're going to have like 20, 30% of waivers not come in.
Mm-hmm.
This way, if that waiver is not done, the person's name doesn't show up in the division.
Right.
So, and they can see that. So, yeah, it's great. Canada Open is going to be coming along. The president of Karate Canada is going to be there.
Yeah, that's awesome. We just heard that.
Yeah, Craig Vokey is going to come. And obviously our VIP Fumio Demura Sensei.
Yes, very excited about
Inspiration of the Karate Kid movie.
Yeah, you know, it'd be great.
Yep, so he'll be there and people can take pictures. And yeah, I think some people don't realize how much fun it's going to be until we just get it going. Like, what is this flying sidekick thing? And what is this Canada Open thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's the first one, right? Nobody really knows what to expect. Yeah. They know it's a karate tournament, but they don't know what else is coming.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, actually, we have a few little surprises.
Yeah.
And I think my goal is not to win this year. It's to be patient, but at the micro level, to move really fast and just keep getting information out as much as I have time to do.
For sure.
You know? Yeah, so it's exciting. It's neat to see it was in news. What people will see over the next couple of days is a lot of information from me on updates.
Yes.
Like Masters Division, you have to be over 40. If you're 16 and over, you can do any age division above you in the same, like if you're elite 16-year-old, you can do the 18 to 20 and the adults as well.
But you can't do elite and advanced.
No, can't do elite and advanced. And what else? What was the other thing? Oh, like Kabuto, almost anything for Kabuto will be fine.
Nice.
There's a para karate, World Karate Federation actually has a para karate officiating guideline.
Okay.
So we will have that up there. So para karate athletes can be there. So yeah, we're just trying to have fun, do it all. Get everybody in.
No, it's awesome. Now, let me ask you something. You've put together events like this many times before. This isn't really new to you. You've done events like this before, but have you done anything to this magnitude? Like this Canada Open is going to be big. Like there's no question about it.
Yeah,
this year it's going to be big, but going forward it's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge. Yeah.
So, have you ever done anything quite like this? And if not, what's different?
I think in size, when I used to do the Vancouver Cup, the last few years were like 500 people.
Okay, so that's big.
That was big, but that was was local. So in terms of me being the leader of an international event, this is probably the first time. With me being on an organizing committee for a big event, I helped be part of a few national championships in Japan.
Okay,
those were huge.
Of course, yeah.
Lots of media and really big. But yeah, that was part of the reason of getting the Canada Open out there. Is we have to innovate and do new things.
For sure, yes.
And we can't first have an idea and go out and do it. And then now that we've got the idea, we have to execute it. And I love doing new things. I'm nervous when things are just normal every day.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't try and create trouble for myself, even though it might look like it. But I had to explain to my wonderful accountant for the company yesterday, or 2 days ago, she was asking like, you're doing like 8-9 different things. Maybe you should focus on just 3 things. But I said, well, all these 8 things, they intertwine.
And they kind of work into one big thing.
Yeah, and it's all the same sort of world.
Yeah.
So, but I love doing something new. And like after the Canada Open, and maybe August, September, I have a really big announcement on my next big project.
Nice. Of course,
so that's coming. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. I like to call that a sucker for punishment sometimes.
Yeah. What is it? Big eyes, fat boy cake sort of problem.
There you go. Yeah.
But talking about, I'm going to pass this back to you, talking about new projects. When will you find out if you're officially in the PhD program? And hey, do you actually graduate?
Okay, great question. Graduate from the master's degree.
Master's, yeah.
I have, so here it is. I've gotten the email, the notice that I have graduated as a master, so I'm officially a master
Congratulations.
of science. Thank you very much, in kinesiology. So I'm officially that. I am not actually going to the graduation ceremony. That's just my own personal choice. I figure since I am going on and doing my PhD, pardon me?
You don't have a date.
I don't have a date. That's the problem. That's the problem. I can't go alone. That's the problem.
Girlfriend's like, it's not important enough.
That's true.
By the way, my wife, when I heard I was going to my graduation ceremony for my master's, she's like, I'm not going. My daughter, she's like, take your daughter. I'm not going. I'm not that interested. And after she saw the pictures, like, oh, like it was the official graduation. I'm like, yes.
That's what it is.
She's like, I should have gone. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, too late. So I'm not going to the graduation just again because I am going for the PhD program. So I figured there's more to do. Even when people were congratulating me, so congratulations, go celebrate. I thought, well, I'm not done yet. I have to keep going. Yeah. So I graduated the master's. I have officially heard that I will get into the PhD program. Mm-hmm. Like my supervisor and even the administrator at UVic has said, yes, you're in. I guess there's just a little bit of a process it has to go through.
The letter.
The
congratulations. Welcome to the program.
Pretty much. It has to go through whoever it's got to go through that's got to sign off on it. But, funny enough, when it does go through, which I expect will be this week, it's kind of retroactive to May 1st. So I'm a PhD student as of May 1st, but cool. Not officially. So there it is. Cool. But we already got a bunch of stuff coming together for the PhD project for Karate Canada, putting together the fitness testing and really just expanding that. It's going to be great. We have lots of new stuff coming in that world.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So there it is.
Then after you graduate, the postdoc.
Where does it
Then
end?
after that, associate professor.
Where does it stop?
Dean of department.
Yeah. No, just keep rolling. That's what I figure. I mean,
very cool.
I'm in the right spot at the right time, and things are rolling together. So why not just keep going?
Absolutely, timing is important, and then you gotta just put the pedal down and put all the gas on it.
That's right. I have no problem doing that. So there it is. All right.
Global news.
Let's dive into a little bit of Karate Global News because we did have a tournament and a couple things that we want to talk about. So this is our Karate Global News. All right, so this past weekend, actually it was last weekend, May 4th to 7th, was the European Karate Federation Senior Championships in Turkey.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. So we have the results here from that. We talked a little bit about it in last week's episode because we only had a day's worth, but we
That's
actually have the full results from the EKF Senior Championships in Turkey, and we want to discuss that a little bit. We're going to talk about the results from each division as well as the nation, but just to kind of bring it together a little bit and talk about some of the themes that came out. Well, the host country, Turkey, did the best. They had a really good medal count.
Kick butt.
Yeah, they showed up in their own home turf. So Turkey reigned supreme in the EKF Senior Championships, but Spain as well showed that they are dominant, especially in kata. Both the kata champions, both male and female, were from Spain. Damien Quintero, of course, the kata king, won gold medal in the male kata, and Sandra Sanchez from Spain won the female kata as well. So both those athletes winning, and then also the men's team kata won from Spain as well. So 3 of the 4 kata divisions was won by Spain.
That's pretty cool.
So they obviously have a strong kata program.
I wonder if they're from similar dojos.
It could be for sure. It's similar to like here in Canada, Karate BC kind of owns kata. I think we can pretty much say that.
3 dojos.
Yeah.
3-4 dojos. Yeah.
Yeah, and we always get all the medals basically in kata.
Absolutely.
So there's that. Another theme that kind of came up from the senior championships, the EKF Senior Championships, was that Ukraine has kind of they're building their program up a little bit.
Great.
Last year in the 2016 EKF Championships, Ukraine only had 1 medal on the whole tournament, and this year they got 6 overall medals, which was good for 4th overall in the medal standing. So Ukraine, I think, is really coming up as well in the karate world, and I think that's
conflict country.
Yeah, we've talked about this before, post-conflict country, and how it's a fighting.
It's current
conflict.
Country,
yeah, absolutely, and how that just kind of brings forth the fighting spirit, I guess.
Yeah. People. Yeah. And the other thing we know is that was the last World Championships, 50% of the medals table were new people.
Yeah, that's right.
So there's a lot of volatility. It's hard to stay
on top.
Yeah. Of your division. Yep.
Yep, for sure. Okay, so let's just dive into the rest of the results from the EKF Senior Championships.
Oh, lightning medal round of gold medal winners.
That's right. The gold medal winners coming up. This is the lightning round. So let's do it this way. You want the divisions? You want the name?
I'm doing divisions. I did name last time.
All right, you do the divisions. I'll do the name. And again, the obligatory Karate 360 disclaimer. If we get the names wrong.
No, we're saying them right. You personally say your name wrong.
That's right. We'll just tell you how your name is said. We do apologize if it's wrong. Okay, let's go for it. Starting from the top.
Joshi Kojin Kata.
Is that female?
That's female individual kata.
Okay, let's not get too carried away. Are you going to do all the weight classes too?
Sure.
All right, female kata. I'm just going to do it all. Sandra Sanchez, like we already said, from Spain.
Joshi Kojin Kumite minus Goju Kido. Female minus 50 Kumite.
Is Katarina Kriva from Ukraine.
Female, minus 55 kilogram, kumite.
And again, this is just the gold medalist. Tuba Yakan from Turkey.
Female, kumite, minus 61.
Is Jovana Rikovic from Serbia.
Female, kumite, minus 68.
Is Alyssa Buchinger from Austria.
Female, kumite, 68 plus.
Is Laure Florentin from France.
Female team kata.
Is the Italy team got gold in female team kata.
Female team kumite.
The Ukraine won team kumite for the females.
Danchi Kojin kata, male kumite, individual.
Nope, this is kata.
I said male kata.
Male kata. So here we go, male kata. We're on to the males. Like I said, the kata champion is it's got his whole name here.
Holy cow.
Damien Quintero, or as it's got lined up here, Damien Hugo Quintero Capdevila from Spain.
Yes. Male kumite, minus 60.
Kalvis Kalanis from Latvia. Kalvis Kalanis.
I've met him. Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah. He came to Japan in 2008. Okay. Training, watching his, puts a lot of his training videos online. He's really, really talented.
Okay. Well, clearly, if he won gold in the EKF, yeah.
Male kumite, minus 67.
Barak Ugar from Turkey.
Male kumite, minus 75.
Luigi Busa from Italy.
Male kumite, minus 84.
Is Ugur Aktaz from Turkey.
And male kumite, 84 plus.
Is Simone Marino from Italy.
Male team kata.
Like we said before, the Spanish team, Spain winning gold in the male team kata.
Male team kumite
is the Turkey team. So the Turkish team winning in.
What's interesting, we went to the whole table, and Turkey, were they listed a lot for gold medals? They must have won a lot of silver and bronze.
It looks like, just kind of skimming through, they won a lot of bronze. It looks like, they won a couple golds too, actually. Silver here. So let's actually just go over the whole entire medal count. Turkey actually was the most. They got 4 first place, 4 second place, and 6 third place. So that was a big showing for them. So a total of 14 medals for Turkey. They were first overall. Second was Italy overall, which they had, let's see, my quick math says that it's 8 medals. So quite a spread from first to second. Turkey really dominated.
Yes. And plus, in my head, sometimes when you host country, you can have more athletes.
That's true. Plus the home, in baseball they call it home field advantage. I guess
Absolutely.
This would be home.
Food, travel.
Yeah, for
intensity.
Sure. Yeah.
So Turkey.
Fans.
Turkey, Italy, Spain, Ukraine, France, Serbia, Austria, Latvia, Russia.
And everybody else.
Yeah.
So, Spain.
Okay, here's it's interesting. No United Kingdom.
No United Kingdom
on the whole medal table, but there was what was the athlete's name who won the gold medal at the 2016 World Championships from the UK?
Okay.
Remember there was one? I'm sorry,
guys. I don't remember his name.
Sorry, guys. I can't remember his name right now. So he's not, either he did not compete or he did not place.
Okay.
I haven't looked at the draws, but interesting how the United Kingdom isn't on that list.
Yeah,
unless
which means they didn't get any medals.
Unless they don't compete in this tournament, but I would think that they would.
I would think they would too.
Yeah.
But there it is. I just want to also point out with Spain, all their gold medals, 3 gold medals, all kata. So they got 3 gold medals,
That's
no
right.
silver medals, and 2 bronze medals. So the big medals coming from the kata athletes there.
Azerbaijan only 1 second place medal. 1 silver.
Yes, that's interesting, and it should be noted that Agayev was not there. Rafael Agayev was not there. So, there it is.
Now, something else that happened during that event was Antonio Espinos, who is the president of the World Karate Federation, is also president of the European Karate Federation.
Yes, that's right.
Got reelected.
He did. He got reelected as the EKF president. Good segue there.
You're very welcome. I'm a pro.
That's what we do. That's what we do around here. So Espinos, reelected as the EKF president, I think, for the next couple of years. He's been in that position, I think, since 1997.
That's right. Yeah. He's been there for a while. So this sort of dual role. And another person who's been elected president, but in a different way, is William Millerson, who is the vice president of the World Karate Federation, is now the leader of Curacao.
I met him in Japan.
You did? In Japan?
Yes. Oh, no, that was you.
I met him actually in Vancouver.
Oh, in Vancouver. Pardon me. I thought it was Japan.
I may have met him in Japan for a couple events, but...
Damn it, I screwed the whole thing up.
That's all right. That's all right. But he came to Vancouver ages ago because he's a Wado practitioner. He's very good at kumite.
Okay.
And he's been around the World Karate Federation back when it was Wuko. Really, really talented. Now he's the leader of his country.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's just say in the first sentence there. He was confirmed as new leader on Thursday during a ceremony on the Caribbean island, which is ruled by the Netherlands. So it's a protectorate, I guess.
So he's to lead the Parliament of Curacao.
Curacao.
I think it's
Curacao?
Curacao, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
8th Dan black belt. Millerson won medals at European and World Championships during his competitive career. Joined the WKF Executive Committee in 1994. He's been there for a while.
So there you go. New presidents and vice presidents all around.
That's big. That's big. Good to have somebody like that.
Absolutely. And just another piece of karate global news that we wanted to bring your way is you wanted to bring this through is the About Sensei.
So buzzing around on Facebook right now, as we know, Facebook is probably one of the best places to advertise and share things.
Get things out there. Yeah.
Franz Karate at the Dojo Shorinkan website, he posted a really short article about what you should know about your sensei, and then it's been shared around like crazy.
Yeah,
of course, lots of people like it. So I want to read this out. There's a couple of really short paragraphs here, and then let's just chat about it.
Sure. So this is the post here. Go for it.
Yeah, okay. So it starts from Franz Karate. This is May 12th. He posted this. And we'll put up the link so you guys can read it. About your sensei. The person you refer to as sensei is in that position for a valid reason. It seems today I hear a lot of former students or ex-black belts disrespecting their sensei for a myriad of reasons. In order to better help you understand why a sensei deserves, or let me put it a better way, demands your respect. Let me lay it out for you.
Ooh.
Okay, have you got the idea here?
Demands the respect.
Now, of course, the way I'm dramatically reading it, I can emphasize, or demands your respect. Right? So let's lay it out. So this guy doesn't like people talking badly about their sensei.
No, clearly.
Okay? For a myriad of reasons. The sensei is the one who has dedicated their life to the art they teach you. You will never have as many years of dedication in because you came after them. Really?
Really? What if you come from a different club and you come?
What
from
if
their
you put
club?
in more years than they did?
Yeah,
what
that's
if
what I'm saying. Like,
what if your sensei teaches twice a week? You decide to do it 6 times a week.
Yeah.
Now, I get what he's saying here. We shouldn't just slag someone, and we should respect the time and effort it took for someone to be who they are.
For sure.
Okay? Dedicated their life to the art.
Have
just
they?
A second now.
Yeah, have they? Do we know this?
Like, it depends on how you qualify dedicated their life. Doing it 2 times a week while doing a lot of other things, or do they do it 7 days a week? Like,
is it their life?
Is it their life?
Yeah.
So I get what he's saying. Like, so, you will never have as many years of dedication. I think right away you're setting up the person to be infallible.
Totally.
So you have to be careful.
Yeah.
Okay. Sensei is the one who spent many days and nights opening their dojo, cleaning it, making it better for you. For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, so did the scuba diving instructor.
Yeah.
So did the aerobics instructor.
Yes. Yeah.
So did the dentist. So did anybody who offers a service and does it well, put in a lot of hours because it takes a lot of hours to do stuff. Look, it's Sunday night.
Mother's Day.
Night, we're at the club, we're doing stuff. It's what we do.
Just what happens.
Anybody who's a professional at what they do, takes what they do seriously, is going to do it to make it better for somebody else.
Yes.
So I get what he's saying. But again, we have to be careful here. The sensei is the one who has made sacrifices you will never understand just so you have a place to train, to learn, and gain your art.
You will never understand.
Well, I think on one side, so many people just don't understand karate. I've had people phone me on the BC team who got the emails like, what's happening with the BC team? who won't read the emails. And I understand it. They're busy. Me too. I get emails I can't read. So, yeah, people don't understand how much hard work it is, especially our place here. So there's some truth to that. You can't just walk in and treat us like McDonald's.
Yeah.
Right? And look at me like think that your instructor is no different than someone who's, being paid minimum wage and they don't care about their job.
Yeah.
So definitely there's been a lot of sacrifices they wouldn't really know, for sure. But you will never understand? Not sure about that. Sensei is the one who often, at great cost, has given up their free time, their family time, time that they could be out doing many other things, just so you can learn and train.
I agree with everything except for the last part on that one.
Yes.
I mean, is that where you were going?
Yeah, well, they made a choice.
Yeah, they made a choice, I think, too. And, sometimes it's not just so you can learn and train. Sometimes it's for them to pay their bills, or sometimes it's for other reasons.
I make a choice how much I want to be in the dojo and how much this is really important to me.
Yeah.
And I have a final point when we get to the end. I just think we have to be really careful that everything their sensei does and everything they give up is perfect. The sensei is the one who has invested thousands of dollars in their own training just to learn how to teach you properly. I hope so.
Yes.
I hope they did. I hope my doctor did. I hope my scuba diving instructor did. I hope the guy who's teaching me child first aid did. So when the kids are in here and they're choking, that gal spent a lot of effort to be able to teach me correct. I sure hope they did.
Yeah.
The sensei is the one, and by the way, and people tell me this, like actually someone just told me this a couple of days ago, like they spend a lot of money to come train here. We have to respect that. If we take their money, we have to respect that. Sensei is the one who has often broken bones but still showed up to teach class, torqued muscles, tendons, and had the strains but still showed up to teach class, had a migraine, was sick, had a bad day, but still showed up to teach class. All of these things are excuses why you miss class. So true. Got a brace on my knee. Not say anything more there.
Still not sure what a torqued muscle is, but that's okay.
No, a torqued muscle, I don't know what that is. But I know what a torn meniscus is.
Yeah, you do.
So, and the doctor told me to put my leg up for 7 days. And I was like, you crazy? Yeah. Like,
you know what I do, right?
You know what I do, right? So that totally understand. But like any professional, like pro athletes, think of a pro athlete who's not injured. Sensei often goes without so that the dojo and students will be taken care of. This means they give up having nice things at times, vacations, going out to dinner, hanging out with friends, family, all so you can learn karate. Some of that's true. I almost feel like, should be like Sensei's Day instead of Mother's Day here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Some of that's true, but that's part of being a professional
Totally.
in anything.
It goes right back to anything else.
And you could be bad at what you do, not make fast decisions, and be suffering by spending a lot of wasted time. So it's, but at the same time, if you're taking karate, they're hanging a lot on him in here.
Yeah.
Sensei has spent more time in the dojo than most of you that train with them have been alive.
All right,
well, if you're 6.
Yeah.
Sensei is the one who is always there for your training, maybe. Sensei quite often sees a need and feels a need for their students. They see a poor kid who has little or anything and needs sparring gear, and they just go ahead and get it for them. They see students struggling to come up with the funds to buy their own weapons for Kobudo and just buys extra so that they can participate. They see adult students losing their jobs and says, don't worry about paying till you're caught up. This is the role of Sensei plays, and it demands respect. Very careful here. Extra equipment, extra stuff people can use, totally nice thing. Not letting people pay and continue, not a good idea. I'm going to tell you that right now. You know how many times I've seen people go, I can't pay this month. And then that night, they're out at the bar. Like I literally see a picture of them at the bar.
Sure, yeah.
So you can't pay, no problem. Come back when you can. Doors open.
Yeah.
Right? So that's a tough one because I get that. But I don't, it's actually no different like the sport nonprofit agencies that we deal with. And they go, we're running out of money. Where did you spend your money?
Where did it all go?
Where did it all go? Like, show me your budget. And like, well, we want to raise the fees for all the karate clubs, or we want to raise the fees for all the adults in the multi-sport organization or the courses. Like, why? Why should you? Let's see where you spent all that money. Right? So that one I have to be careful. I can sit here and think of 1,000 more reasons why you should never, ever disrespect your sensei too. But in all honesty, I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to have even written this blog. But then again, people live in a shallow world these days. Perhaps we should step out of it, be bigger and better, and then the world will change. Respect your sensei, take care of your sensei, honor your sensei, because one day your sensei will no longer be around. If that person you're learning karate from and you want to continue learning karate from, you should respect them.
For sure.
Don't talk bad about them and that sort of stuff. But it's a two-way street. If you're not enjoying the service, you should leave.
Yeah, you should just give them.
Just leave.
Yeah.
And if you want people ask you, just be honest. You don't have to go around slagging them or write all kinds of bad notes about them. If you don't like the service, it's two-way street. You don't like it, you should leave.
For sure.
If you like it, you should stay.
I feel like he wrote this blog after maybe having a bad experience with one of his students or something.
Point,
and he just said, you know what, you should respect me. And, his student said, whatever, get out of here. And
I just saw a webinar post like, sign up for this webinar on how to deal with negative online reviews.
Okay.
And I think,
let it go.
let it go. I mean, if I hear or see, actually, luckily so far, I mean, who knows after this, but if I was to see a negative online review or a question or something, I've seen people write questions like about Canada Open that they didn't understand online. So the thing is, I just reply to it.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't reply to the negative stuff. I mean, I don't get a lot of it, but if somebody sends something away, just whatever.
I think it all depends. I mean, nowadays, too, people take everything that's negative with a grain of salt, right, when they see it online. So
some people are just trying to be haters, too.
Yeah, they got to burn steam off.
It sounds like that's what this guy was doing. He just
possibly.
steam off.
I mean, he may have a legitimate thing, like people are ragging on Sensei.
Yeah.
And don't rag on your Sensei if you're still going to learn from them. But also, for me, it's like wrestling has a really good thing where your wrestling coach will take you so far, and then you might move on. You might move away and go to a top wrestling coach.
Yes.
in the karate world, there's too much like old time ownership. They want to go somewhere else, just let them go.
Yeah, and a couple other things too. Like sometimes, yes, okay, your sensei at a specific dojo will have more experience from you, and they just will have respect. But there is some other maybe karate clubs that aren't affiliated necessarily with a karate organization, that their senseis aren't even, like, where did they even get their black belt from? Like, they didn't, maybe they bought it online. I know of people that are teaching karate who just got their black belt online, and, they do know some martial arts moves, but they haven't really earned the respect as this guy says it is. So I think you do need to be careful.
Yeah, and I think, and really, to be honest, if somebody walked in here and said, I'm a legitimate 7-3 black belt, but their class is horrible, and another guy walked in and said, I read a book, I figured it out, I'm going to show you what I know, and their class is awesome, I enjoyed it, who cares? The old gray hairs, and that could be me at some point.
At some point.
So, okay, hey, hang on there, young whippersnapper. I'll have you understand when I was your age. So anyway, good. First, this guy had really good intentions. Frank Karate, just by his name. Frank Karate. He had really good intentions, just to say we do have to recognize that someone's put in a lot of effort. So if you're not understanding that, then you should think a little more deeply. Maybe the karate instructor hasn't communicated the fact that what's going on, but really, if you're getting slagged as a karate instructor, it's because you're not giving a good enough service.
For sure. Yeah,
you got to step up your game.
Yeah.
You can't. It's meritocracy. It's the market, as Gary Vee says, right?
There you go. Yeah.
If people are walking away and they're upset, there's a reason for it.
Yes.
You can't just say,
respect me.
Yeah, respect me. Look at this big, somebody could walk through the door right now as we're doing the podcast, and we could be giving them all these accolades, and they don't care. Yeah. And in baseball, isn't it like you're only as good as the last game you're in?
For sure, you're only as good as your last at bat, is what they say.
Exactly. So. That for me, we have to be careful, because that can be the cult of the martial art. And a lot of times that stuff has been created as a retention tool. Like, let's retain these people.
Like, you have to respect me. You are mine.
Yes, exactly. How dare you leave? I've heard stuff like, even recently, like some karate clubs, they were telling the members that they couldn't quit, because if they quit, then someone who was handicapped couldn't have a karate club. But the people that were in the karate club weren't having as much fun. So you have to be careful. Definitely. That's why I think I don't think we should ever use the word master or something like that.
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
Because everything is relatable. Like in your world right now, being in the academia and also as a professional fitness trainer, I mean, the person is going to look at you and go, you could have whatever credentials you want, but if you made my workout horrible,
for sure,
they're not going to come back.
I totally just had this experience actually. One of the guys that I was training didn't know me too well, but he knew, obviously came to me, he knew, and he knew I had credentials, but he said, even before, he said, I was a little nervous because credentials don't really mean anything to me. I don't care if you have a PhD. I don't care if you have the highest strength and conditioning. I just want a good workout. He said, after I started working out with you, that's when I realized, okay, I'm going to keep going type thing, and had nothing to do with what you have or the little letters behind your name. So it totally makes sense.
Did you watch the documentary on Netflix on compact computers?
Definitely not.
Okay, so one day I was like, all right, for the next hour I will not think about work. I'm going to get some popcorn, turn on Netflix, and it was really late at night. Everyone was in bed.
How long did that last?
Well, it lasted until I'm like, hey, there's a thing about a company and how it got started, and people who are innovators and innovating.
That's kind of like my karate club. Damn it!
I'm hooked. So anyway, so I thought I love the idea of, one, people who innovate things, and two, break the mold. And so these guys started compact computers with the idea that the computer would be portable, like. The revolutionary idea. So it looked like a sewing machine box.
Okay.
That the bottom popped off, and there was a keyboard and a little LCD screen. And then they actually interviewed the guys in IBM who were part of the leading management of IBM at the time in the late 70s, early 80s, who were like, these guys, we're just going to walk over them. They're just a fad.
Yeah.
Compact computers went on to be the most popular laptop computer. My first laptop was a compact computer. Eventually, and when IBM came along, actually made laptops that were horrible, And then they eventually were out of the business. They went out of the laptop business.
Crazy.
IBM right now is not in the personal computer business because of Compaq.
Wow.
And then Compaq got bought out by HP. But they were innovators. They did something new. So I think the thing about calling someone sensei and then locking everything in where there's no chance for something new to happen, somebody new and young and hungry is going to come up with something, and they're going to race ahead.
For sure.
So something I may announce in the summertime. Anyway,
there we go.
Segue onwards.
All right, so that was our Karate Global News. Let's dive in to some technical and tactical. Richard, take it away.
Reaction training.
Reaction training.
Yeah.
You asked me earlier, said, have you done reaction training at the thing? And I said, well, I probably have. Now that I think about it, there is a couple drills, and maybe I'm going to spoil it for you right now.
No, go ahead.
Reaction training that I've owned, the only ones I've ever done at karate training camps, somebody holds a glove up above your head. They drop the glove. You have to punch it before it
that's reaction training.
It hits the ground. I think that's the only one I've ever done.
Yep, reaction training. Making decisions really fast.
Yeah.
A lot of karate is like rote memorization, where if you're doing moving basics, like you're going to do the same moving basic over and over again. So you have to, and then in Kumite, you might be doing drills so much that you kind of go sleep. Right. Your brain kind of goes sleep. Yes. So you have to do drills where you're reacting to things. Your partner lifts their hand high, you go low. They drop their hand low, you go high. They turn their back, you kick. They put their leg too far forward, you sweep. And whenever they do that, they react to it. One reaction training is working with mitts. So when you pop the mitt low, you go low. When you pop the mitt high. And if they don't do it fast enough, you retract the mitt. Yes. What's interesting about reaction training is that people sometimes forget to use it in a warm-up. You know, one of the this is a really fun one, is I think you've seen me do this one in class, and this is from other sports, is have everybody running on spot.
Pattering,
pattern, right? Yeah. And then you say jump, they jump. You go touch, they touch. You go left, they go left. Right. And then you do the opposite.
Yes.
And you just use it with your hands. Yeah. And so they have to react and they have to think through it really quickly. So that you can do for a warm up. You can be someone at the front of the room, have everybody in a sparring stance, and you can be doing the lift your arm. They all throw a punch, even though they're 15 meters away. You can have the whole room reacting, and then you can kind of tease them. One thing you can do with the kids is you have them in a sparring stance. And then they have a bunch of lines, and you move forward, they all move back. You move back, they all move forward. You switch legs, they all switch legs. You punch, they all have to punch. You'll have to react, and how quickly they react. Yeah. So you've done all this sort of stuff.
Yeah. And the other one that we used to do, especially for kicking in kumite, is you have the two gloves up by your ears type thing, and then you bring your knee up, not knowing which side you're going to go to. As soon as your partner brings their knee up, you drop one side, and they have to go to the open side and then bring their leg back down. So just reacting to whatever the open side is.
So I think the thing I want to emphasize this week are two. One, reaction training should be consistent so you don't take a mental break in between the reactions, like a fight.
Goes with the chaos training that we talked about last week. Yeah.
Exactly. And then the second thing is try and introduce hard things sooner than you normally would.
What do you mean by hard things?
Well, there's this idea that if
sticks and stuff.
Yeah. Here come the stones. The old idea is that we're going to do something simple and a little harder and a little harder and a little harder. Sometimes it's really good just to throw somebody in the deep end.
Yeah.
And what they found is a learning curve is you take longer to learn it, but you master it quicker. Whereas if you do it step by step, it's faster to learn it, but longer to master it because you've never had a lot of stress.
Sure. No, that makes sense for sure.
There's one that I remember reading about was a light pattern on a bench, and you would hit these lights. So the lights would slowly flicker, and it was like whack-a-mole.
Okay.
Right? From
I think I might have seen. Was this a video?
It was a video, and I've actually done this one. And the light pattern goes slow, so you hit the light, and there's different patterns, and you hit the different patterns when they go, and then they slowly get faster and faster and faster, and you get better at it. There's another one where the light pattern's really fast to start, and so you're whacking away, you can barely do it, and then when it cuts back to like intermediate speed, you mastered it.
Yeah.
And then, so your skill ability is sooner. So
I saw a video, and I should really try and find it. It was... obviously karate, I think it was Taekwondo athletes actually that were walking on a treadmill type thing, just kind of walking nice and easy. And then there was lights up. There was one by their head, one by their body, one by their leg. And it would, same thing. It would flash. And while they're walking, they'd have to kick it as fast as they can to kind of,
you can stick. Yeah, actually there's lights that you can get, like pods that stick to things.
Yes.
So you can put them on a wall.
Totally.
And when the light goes off, you have to go to it.
Yeah.
There's stuff in the class where we do like just we hold a tennis ball and we drop it, and everyone has to run and catch it.
That's
they have to react to it.
Yeah.
But it jacks up people's brains.
For sure.
You know? So reaction training, that's my technical week. See if you can, as long as you have the thesis, you can come up with your own type of drill.
Sure. So you say thesis and I go right back, oh God, don't go there.
Key sentence.
There it is.
Yep.
So that's our technical tactical training of the week, reaction training. So
reaction training. Look it up, read it up. Decision training. There's a lady named Professor Vickers at University of Calgary. She wrote some great books on decision training, which is the same thing, how to decide. She used to take stuff like put a headband, like this like band around people's heads with cameras, little tiny cameras pointing at people's eyeballs, and they would play basketball, and then they would record where they would see the ball, the time it would take for the ball to rebound, like they bounce it off the backboard, and then how fast they would make the right decision.
Right.
And a lot of times they were looking at where their eyeballs were, and then when they found out that there'd be momentary.
You can do it. Use your words.
Working. It's getting late. Momentary lapses of concentration. Their eyes would wander somewhere.
Okay.
And then they had to find, like, you had to keep, I don't know if it was 30 seconds or a minute, you had to keep this thing up. And people could train their eyes to follow the ball better, and then the reaction was faster, and then the decision to do something with the ball was faster afterwards.
Okay.
So everything is trainable.
Yeah.
You know, when they say, oh, you know, you're only being an elite athlete because of genetics or because of the club you're in. Like, no, anybody can train it.
For sure.
Obviously genetics help, but.
There it is. That's our technical tactical. And I think this leads really, well, I mean, it's different, but I like having our technical next to our training tip, our karate training tip. So that's what's coming next, our karate training tip of the week. And what I wanted to bring this week was a type of training that we haven't talked a lot on this podcast, but something that should be incorporated in karate training, whether it's in the gym or in the dojo, is muscular endurance training. It's something
What is muscular endurance training?
Well, muscular endurance obviously is just the ability to maintain the highest amount of speed or the high amount of power for a longer period of time.
So not just standing in Shotokan world and Kibidachi for as long as you can.
Yeah, that would be muscular endurance.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, or in the Shida-Ryu world, we used to always do Shigadashi and just hold it for as long as you can.
Yes.
You could do it like a plank test. Same thing, plank, how long you can do it. So muscular endurance is really important, especially if you're a competing karate athlete or somebody who's going, I mean, even in your black belt test, you have to do a lot of different muscular movements. So doing muscular endurance training is very important. And being able to do that type of training at the specific muscles that are going to be used. So you think a lot about, you know, your shoulders and your torso are going to be used a lot, as well as your legs. So simple ways to kind of train these things in the gym or at the dojo. We've started doing it a lot here. For the legs especially, is like wall sits. So sure, you can do it in an actual stance.
Yep.
But sometimes if you hold a stance too long, your form on the stance will actually get worse.
Yes.
So I'm more of a fan of just holding it in positions like a wall sit. So have somebody sit at 90 degrees angle at their knees and just hold it at the wall and hold it for as long as they can. And then again, just trying to increase that every time they can. If you're an elite trained athlete, you can actually load the bar with some weight and actually put the weighted bar on your back and hold a squat at the bottom for as long as you can, type thing. Any type of muscular training like that. Push-up test, do as many push-ups as you can. Try and improve it. That's good for the shoulders and the chest, anything like that. But even punching drills as well, where you can take on the heavy bag, just punching as fast as you can, as many times as you can, really until you're fatigued. It's kind of like a speed bag drill, but for more karate-specific techniques. Doing it as many times as you can until you fatigue, and then doing it again, and just keep trying to improve how long you can do whatever, hold the wall sit or do those punches. Just trying to increase that on a week-to-week basis.
Wall sit's good because everybody can do that. Like
for sure,
everybody's got. If you got a dojo, you got a wall.
If you got a wall at your house,
exactly.
You can do the wall sits anyway. Same as push-ups, right?
Wall sits back to back with another person.
Yeah, we've done those before too, as well. Yeah, or even body squats. You can use muscular endurance. Just do as many as you can. Literally do as many as you can. Like we did the the Sanbon Gary and the Sam. No, pardon me, I'm getting my stuff all confused.
No,
1,000 kicks and 1,000 punches.
Senbon
Sanbon Gary.
Yep.
That's muscular endurance training.
Absolutely.
You're doing as many as you can really in the time that you get. So sometimes people forget to do endurance training. They'll do endurance training for their heart, but not for their muscles. And for karate, it's very important to do muscular endurance training.
When I was a kid, they say by the time you get to green belt, you should be able to do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups.
100 push-ups would be a lot for somebody who's a green belt at that age.
And full front splits.
Yeah. Okay. This was in Japan, or this was
No,
here?
this is here.
Oh.
Many moons ago.
Okay. Yeah.
But that, some clubs have an emphasis like, there's something that they really want you to do.
For sure. No, I get it. But yeah, any type of muscular training like that is really good to do.
When I was a kid, it was really popular to do 1,000 sit-ups.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? So there were people in the club that would do it, and I remember thinking, I'm going to do 1,000 sit-ups. And I remember first time I attempted it was like I did 50, 100. But by the time I was in grade 9, I could do 1,000 sit-ups 3 times a week. It took me 33 minutes. 33 minutes. I used to have a piece of paper beside me, and I would scratch it off.
There you go.
My friend Kevin could do it in 16.
Damn Kevin, eh?
Yeah, and I used to wear out the skin on my lower back, so I had to get like a foamy to put it down. But as I got older, I realized that 33, I should have done it for 10 minutes and gone and worked on my kumite for the other 30 minutes.
Yes, I was going to say, for those of you listening, don't do 1,000 crunches.
It
or
was
1,000
more of a
sit-ups.
mental thing.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking about training tip, the physio said my knee is coming along great.
Oh, yes. So you weren't kidding when you highlighted before. You do have a meniscus issue.
Yeah, I did blow a knee, and I did have a meniscus tear.
Yeah.
And so he wants me to do chair squats.
Great.
Right?
Yeah.
As long as my knee doesn't go forward.
Sure.
So he wants me to do as many of those as I can. And then the other one was just balance. Just practice balancing. As long as my knee does not move forward.
Sure.
Just to activate more of the hamstrings and the glutes.
Yep. That's standard kind of injury prevention kind of approach for sure.
Anything you want to add to that? So for all those people out there, especially karate people who can have sore knees and they need to strengthen up their legs.
Yes, I will add just absolutely what he's told you is correct. You want to do some wall sits or some wall squats and some squats. You do want to make sure that your knees don't go past your toes, because then you put strain on the knees for somebody who's got knee injuries. But what I do want to add to that is make sure when you're doing those exercises, the squatting exercises, that you are pushing through your heels and not through your toes, because that's what's going to help activate your hamstrings as well as your glutes and your lower back, your posterior chain, is when you push through the heels. So make sure when you're doing those exercises, for listening, to push through your heels.
Yes.
And another tip too is to make sure when you go, so when you're standing straight and you go back down to do your squat, that you don't just drop your body, that your hips actually dip backwards first. That's a good way to keep your knees behind your toes, because a lot of people, when they do a squat exercise, they just think about going straight down, whereas really you should dip your hips back first so that your center of gravity goes behind your feet, so that when you do your squat and push to the heels, you're activating all the right muscles and you're not putting extra strain on your knees.
One of the women in the clubs said, that's how you really work on getting good glute. good glutes, like get the butt way out there.
Yeah.
I was like, right on, so I don't have to put injections in like Kim Kardashian.
That's right. You're already there.
So that, cool.
There you go.
Exactly.
That's what we got for our karate training tip.
Take that. If your knees are sore and you want to strengthen them up, it's a really good. Put a chair down. Just like Kalan said, do that as you go down to the chair and then go back up.
Yep, there it is. All right, so that's our karate training tip, and that pretty much wraps up this episode of the Karate 360 podcast. So again, thanks guys for listening. This will come out tomorrow morning, actually. Usually they come out Monday mornings. Usually we do these on Thursday nights in terms of the Facebook Live, when you want to actually look at us and see us on Facebook. Today, of course, is Sunday to Mother's Day, but we'll be back on schedule starting on this Thursday. So just some upcoming tournaments before we take off here. Coming up on May 25th to 27th in Curacao is the PKF, the Pan American Karate Federation Senior Championships. Again, that's May 25th and 27th, as well as the big one, the big Canada Open, June 3rd and 4th at the Richmond Olympic Oval. Come be the first Canada Open champion. If you haven't already registered, do so right now. Do it. Stop what you're doing.
Exactly.
You don't even need to listen to this podcast any further because it's over, but go register. But make sure you do that before Friday. Also, June 17th is World Karate Day.
International
World
Karate
Day. But June 3rd, 4th is the unofficial Canada World Karate Day, if that makes sense. The Canada version of the World Karate Day. That's at least what we're lobbying for.
We're unofficially trying to promote June 3rd.
That's right.
With the Canada Open Kata demonstration.
So
and then we'll take that video, send it to WKF.
There it is.
We're done.
All right. So that's our episode. Thanks again, guys, for listening. Keep sending us your questions. Keep sending us your comments. It really is inspiring to hear back from you guys. So that's great. I'm Kalan Anglos.
I'm Richard Mosdell.
And we'll talk to you guys next week.
San Mokumaru.
Bye for now.